Welcome to the July 9th, 2024 City Council meeting. Roll call, please.
Mayor Webb.
Here.
Mayor Sultan Sullivan.
Here.
Councilmember Londo.
Here.
Councilmember Lucero.
Here.
Councilmember Washington.
Here.
Approval of the revised agenda.
Move approval of the agenda as revised.
Second.
Any dissension, discussion? We have an agenda. Civic announcements. Open up civic announcements. Anyone here for civic announcement? Seeing no one, close civic announcements. City Council, got any civic announcements?
I just wanted to remind residents of the Nova 24 Photography and Film Festival. It is an international photography and film festival, and there will be some events happening here in Hazel Park, including an installation south of 9 Mile at the Art Park that is on John R., as well as an area of installation along Cousins Road near the dog park. So keep your eyes out for that. There are also going to be some events happening in regards to this at a couple of local businesses, including the Eastern Palace Club. I also wanted to remind people to our students rather, to apply for the Juneteenth scholarship. That scholarship is still open through the 15th of this month, so there's still time to apply. And those are two $1,000 art scholarships for Hazel Park and Ferndale graduating seniors and juniors. Also, a reminder, the Hazel Park Art Fair. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot.
And is that?
That is the fourth weekend of August, and I'll remind you guys next month too. It's the 24th and 25th.
The library is raising funds for a dance prom of some sort. They had a GoFundMe, and for some reason, the GoFundMe ran into some issues to where all the money was refunded to people. So now they need to once again raise those funds for, I believe, a prom. So they are about $500 short. Please bring checks, cash, money orders to the Hazel Park Library. And second, July 5th was the last day to light off your fireworks. Last night was the first good night of sleep I got. I hope that stays, but a friendly reminder that it is now illegal to launch fireworks. And if you find somebody that does, please call the police non-emergency line.
Anyone else? Civic announcements is over. Public discussion is open. Anyone for public discussion? I have Sari, Sahara Grant.
So here.
I can pronounce her last name. Thanks. Come on up. Just need your address for the record, please.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Council members. My name is Suhair Ghanem. I'm a resident of Huntington Woods. I live at 13366 Victoria. I had family in the past living in Hazel Park. I'm here again speaking on a ceasefire resolution. Won't you have done everything you can if you had family and friends living under direct fire, watching their children wither away in front of their eyes and feeling helpless? I feel that way now. I feel as if I'm a parent watching my child die in front of my eyes, and I can't do anything because he can't have access to food. I'm so furious because our government have failed to stop this genocide and the atrocities against the people in Gaza, and we are still sending bombs and providing the political cover. What is leadership look like at this moment to you? Are you comfortable in saying it is someone else's responsibility? Are you too busy to say, no, we can't deny food to any people, not to 2 million people? If you're not comfortable saying that, does that mean nothing has changed since the time of slavery, at the time of the Holocaust, when we have acted the same way, with saying, it's not our responsibility? Why is it so hard to make a moral or an ethical stand? We are not asking you to solve any problems. It's simply a call for a ceasefire to stop killings and provide food to the starving people. I understand we have friends and we are having some powerful people in our communities who will not be happy with the ceasefire resolution. These powerful friends will let you know in so many ways that you should not pass a ceasefire resolution. But this is exactly the antithesis to democracy, when few people are dictating our stands and values. Most of the citizens in our communities support a ceasefire resolution. My question is to you, to each one of you, what does leadership mean to you? Is it managing the daily tasks, and how our values, your values, fit in your daily actions? When it is convenient, it is easy to make a stand, like for LGBTQ or Juneteenth, but when it is not convenient, it is easy to look away. Leadership takes some courage to make inconvenient decisions that is guided by compassion. Do what your future self would wish that you do now. Follow your values and compassion towards other human beings.
Sorry, your time has
Thank you.
expired.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Manu Newish?
Good evening. My name is Manai Nawash. I'm from Madison Heights, 26131 Wolverine. I have many ties to Hazel Park. My son is actually at his friend's house right now, down the street, playing. So I just wanted to talk also about the ceasefire resolution. Rabbi Greenberg, a prominent Holocaust theologian, said this in 1974 regarding the Holocaust. After the Holocaust, hold on, sorry. No statement, theological or otherwise, should be made that is not credible in the presence of the burning children. And he was referencing the Jewish children who were burning in the gas chambers. Dr. Mark Ellis, a professor of Jewish studies, took that further and said this statement could also be made for Palestinian children. Would you say what you say in front of burning Palestinian children? That is our moral compass. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to speak in public around emotional topics. I apologize. I know sometimes it's hard to hear when someone's emotional, but I hope you hear these words. I want to read a poem by a Palestinian poet who wrote it in 2014 after the bombardment of Gaza once again, where 547 Palestinian children were killed. 2,310 Palestinian people were killed altogether, 70% civilians, by Israel. On the Israeli side, 67 soldiers were killed and 6 Israeli civilians, so you can see how it is not symmetrical. Oh, rascal children of Gaza, you who constantly disturbed me with your screams under my window, you who filled me every morning with rush and chaos, you who broke my vase and stole the lonely flower on my balcony, come back and scream as you want, and break all the vases, steal all my flowers, come back, just come back. Thank you.
Mike Flores?
Buenas noches. Good evening, members of council. My name is Mike Flores on Manatee Avenue. I hope all of you had a beautiful 4th of July holiday with your family and loved ones. Tonight marks the 6th time that members of the Hazel Park community have come before you to ask for a ceasefire resolution that truly reflects our community values. Our first request was in February, at which time an unimaginable death toll of 28,000 humans had been reported. This council did nothing. We returned with the same request in March, by which time the death toll had risen to 32,000 people. Still, this council did nothing. In April, the death toll increased to 34,000, mostly women and children. Again, the council did nothing. We returned in May. The death toll had increased to 36,000. The council did nothing. In June, the death toll was 40,000. The council did nothing. We are here again in July with the same request. Now, this week, The Lancet, the internationally renowned medical journal, estimates the death toll to be at least 186,000 murdered humans. This staggering number accounts not only for those directly killed and reported, but also for those who are still under the rubble and who have perished due to the destruction of all medical and civil infrastructure. That's 8% of the Gaza population. Will this council continue to do nothing? We are not here out of frustration, but out of profound sense of duty to our community and to our humanity. We believe that Hazel Park stands for peace, for justice, and for the protection of innocent lives. This council has the power to make a statement, to align with the values of our residents, and to show that we care about the loss of human life, no matter where it occurs. If this council is unable, unwilling, or uninterested in supporting a ceasefire statement that reflects the values of the Hazel Park community, no worries. We will be back every month. Not because we believe that you would change your mind, but because we don't want this council to change us or who we are as Hazel Park residents. When this period is studied in schools, students and scholars will know that Hazel Park residents were using their voices at every council meeting, advocating for peace and humanity, even if this council did nothing. We urge you to bring forward the resolution supporting humanity, peace, and ceasefires worldwide. Let us honor the values that we hold so dear as a community. Or will this council continue to do nothing? Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public discussion, anyone? Seeing no one, close public discussion. Motion to approve the consent agenda as revised.
I move to approve the consent agenda as revised, items 1 through 5 and 7 through 12.
Second.
Any discussion on 1 through those 12 or 11? You know what, any dissension? Motion passes. Boards and commissions, got 2 applications, one for Lisa Mayo and one for Nicole White.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, the administration would respectfully request the appointment of Lisa Mayo and Nicole White to the Youth Assistance Committee and the appointment of William Starver to the Beautification Committee.
So move
No, you applied last time, but we had to,
Oh, yes, I remember.
last time.
we
We good with that?
we had to answer
Yeah,
that
I remember that.
question.
I remember that.
Well, that's Andy's
Dissension.
baby. I'll let him make the motion.
Do your thing.
Andy?
It's your motion.
Oh, didn't realize it needed a motion. You were-
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, I support Lisa and Nicole joining the Hazel Park Youth Assistant,
And William Starver to the Beautification Committee.
and William Starver to the Beautification Committee.
Motion, support,
Second.
dissension, changes, any more add-ons? Motion passes. Old business, new business, any? Communications from department heads, any department heads wishing to speak? Communications city attorney, Mrs. Swartz.
Mayor, thank you.
City manager, Edward Klobuchar.
I just want to remind everybody that Michigan's system of municipal finance is still fundamentally broken, because if I didn't, I would break my streak of many years saying that at the meetings. Want to let people know, I know there have been some hiccups with respect to trash pickup. Let me explain. Priority purchased GFL. The city of Hazel Park does not have a direct contract with, never has had with GFL. We contract with SACRA, a trash collection and disposal consortium of multiple cities in southeast Oakland County. Priority has purchased GFL. They have purchased those contracts. Tom Jones and I were meeting with SACRA officials and representatives from Priority. They did indicate they will do their very best to service all those contracts and have as seamless a transition as possible. There have been a few hiccups, but nothing super serious. If there is a problem, there is a website. We've posted it on our city Facebook page. We'll post it again, and you can always contact our Department of Public Works at 248-542-0340 and let them know if your trash is not picked up. Again, we hope that this transition is as seamless as possible. We have no immediate control over the situation, other than we've let SACRA know that we expect to hold them accountable, and we are well aware that SACRA has told Priority that they will be held accountable for compliance with the contracts that they have purchased. So we look forward to a good working relationship with Priority, but if there are hiccups or problems, please let us know.
Thank you. Councilman Londo?
Once again, asking for donations for the Hazel Park District Library. They are $550 short for their teen prom. That's the event. So checks, money orders, and cash can be brought to the Hazel Park District Library. Congratulations to Parks and Recreation Director Sari Papakian on her 10 years of service. That is a spectacular milestone. So thank you for all you've done for the city. I had the unique pleasure and privilege of going to the White House a few weeks ago for their Pride celebration. And as I was chatting with a lot of people from the Michigan delegation, it seemed like everybody knew Hazel Park. Everybody was familiar with the story of the couple who had fought all the way to the United States Supreme Court, who were represented by Dana Nessel. And it was just really interesting being in a place where typically I have to explain to people where Hazel Park is and do the hand or say like it's the first suburb north of Detroit. But to be in an environment with a lot of people that I feel a lot of sense of community with, to be familiar with where I'm from and just really excited about our story was possibly the most moving part of that entire experience. So just very, very proud to be a resident of this community and to be on this body. And I want to thank Ed and the city for their support in getting me there. And yeah, once again, please knock it off with the fireworks. Thanks.
Councilperson Washington.
Hello, good to see everybody. As always, I just want to thank everyone that took their time to speak today. It takes a lot of courage to get up and speak in front of people, especially with deep emotion, as someone that has cried on this dais multiple times. So Suhair, Minwai, and Mike, thank you again so much. And I just want to say to publish the Equal Rights Act.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Great weather. I know it's really hot, but some of those bicyclists still ride in this 90-degree weather. So watch out for the bicyclists. And Serene, thank you for all your service. It's taken over the fair and the art fair. Things have grown and appreciate. And the grants that you have to manage, there's a lot of things you do. Thank you. Everybody that come out tonight and had their opportunity to speak, so thank you for coming out and participating in the democratic process. If you have children, hug them every day and tell them you love them. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Sullivan.
Thank you so much. I wanted to touch base on the art fair again. Remind people that we do have a website. It is www.hpart.org. And questions about the art fair, we're always looking for sponsors. You can reach them at artfair@hpart.org. No S on that. People like to put an S on that. Also wanted to give an update on the PIPA mural, which is the Partners in Public Art mural with the DIA and the library. We had our first meeting with our selected artist, our muralist, and we voted unanimously on one mural. They had sent over 4 proposals based on the public feedback from the surveys that we did. And we unanimously, everybody picked the same mural, which was wonderful of the 4 versions. I think our community is really going to be excited about that. We did ask for some minor tweaks and tunes, and we expect a draft of that to come back over. And then hopefully we expect this to be on next month's agenda for approval before the City Council after going before Arts Council on Monday of next month. So fingers crossed, we're aiming to actually hopefully have the mural get started during the same weekend as the art fair. So a little bit more oomph of art in the city for the month of August. I also wanted to remind people, many people have already seen their absentee ballots arrive in their mailboxes. Want to make sure that everybody understands that we do have 2 drop boxes, so you can place your ballot back into your mailbox for the post office to deliver. You can bring it up here to the city hall and directly hand it to the city clerk. We have 2 drop boxes here in the city, one outside of City Hall that's open 24 hours, and we also have one outside of the rec department at 620 West Woodward Heights, and that is also open 24 hours. Both have cameras on them, so they're very safe and secure. Also, keep in mind, in the state of Michigan, you can register up to the day of election. So if you are not registered to vote, you can register anytime between now and then, including the day of. And that election is August 6th this year, so be sure to vote.
Mr. Mayor, if I could add one thing. This is a primary election, so you can only vote if you're voting absentee. I just want to, or early voting, to remind everybody, you can only vote in one party. You can vote Democratic primary, or you can vote in the Republican primary. You can't mix your tickets in a primary. You can split your tickets in the general, vote for whomever you want. But in a primary election, you need to stick to one party for that election.
But don't forget the nonpartisan section.
But don't forget the nonpartisan section.
There you go.
That's all.
And
That's all on the
everyone can
ballot.
vote in the nonpartisan section.
Okay. Just had to think about it, sorry. Isn't it cool to be a Hazel Parker? It's a great city to be in. We got so much going on. We all forget, we take for granted the amount of things we do have going on in our community. And that wouldn't be possible without the staff we have. And Serene Papakian with the new recreational setup over there. You can stand up over here. Okay? Says we want to give her kudos for 10 years. Well, we have a lot of other people like Serene within our staff that helps out with doing many things through our community, as well as our animal control. She's another great asset that we have that helps out in many different ways. And then we have our police department, our new chief of police back here. Come on up. Come on up. I'm going to give you a moment, and then we'll close out the meeting here.
Sorry, Chief.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Welcome, Bill.
Thank you.
You got anything to say to everyone?
Again, thank you. It's going to be an honor to serve. I've had the opportunity to speak with the mayor a little bit. I still need to speak with the council people, and I look forward to speaking with you as individually, and so we can get to know each other. And like was said before, fireworks are over with, so let's put them away so you don't get a $1,000 ticket.
Yep.
See me.
And yeah, have to see the city attorney. We're doing good things here. We've got an officer that just started. We have one in training. We'll be speaking with about adding on to those. Something else I can talk about real quick. I think we're familiar with a little bit of this co-responder unit. We're in the middle of the process of that. Excuse me. We've got some co-responders that have been that are going to be hired to work within Hazel Park, Ferndale, Royal Oak, and Madison Heights. And we're looking forward to this program getting it going. From everything that I've seen from other communities and talking with the people, this is going to be a good asset and resource for the department and the city.
Yes.
Could you describe for people watching what a co-responder is, please?
The co-responder is a professional clinician that has training in psychology, in dealing with de-escalation, in dealing with substance abuse issues. They have training and they are able to provide resources. They'll have a radio, they'll have a vehicle, and they can respond upon our request for assistance to help us with resources to offer to the community. They will be working again between Hazel Park and the 3 other communities, again, to help us with that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chief.
All right,
Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you for, congratulations for the new appointment. Yeah. Thanks. James, you've been requested.
Sorry.
We want to talk about the safer streets.
Yeah, the Safe Streets for All. We actually have the open house at the community center next Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 7:30. So, yeah, so anybody who's interested can come out and attend that. You can also submit your comments online. There's a website. It's linked through Main Street Hazel Park's Facebook page right now. But we certainly would encourage anyone who is interested in trying to make our streets safer to make their voice heard.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mr. Mayor, while we're recognizing department heads, I'm going to recognize Lacey Christensen, who just completed the Senior Executives Program at Harvard University. She was away last month, and that's a residential program. I went through that program back in 2006, and it was amazing.
Graduated high school that year.
What's that?
Same.
I'm sure you did. Right.
Me too.
Okay. But it was absolutely an amazing program when I went, and from what I've heard, it's still an amazing program. And there are actually more members of Congress that went through the senior executives and state and local government program than are Harvard undergraduates. So that's how effective that program is. Dave Coulter is also a fellow graduate of that program as well. So there were a few of us in Michigan, and Lacey added to those numbers. So congratulations on that accomplishment. It's a fantastic program. So.
Okay. Anyways, just want to go back to the part where we have exciting news. We always have things going on in our community. Whether we do take for granted those little accomplishments that we do have in our community, like moving forward with the new changes to our northern part of John R., which is going to become, I think, a better walkable and more sensible way of traveling through that corridor. And we'll see how it goes. I think we're going to try to make it look nice. If you see the new blue concrete at Woodward Heights, things are going to look a little nicer. We set a trend here in this city. We always have. We try to find new innovative ways to make things work, and when we don't necessarily have all the funds to do it with, but we do. We got a lot of grant money, and we're utilizing the best of it at this time. And if you have any questions, you can always call James at City Hall. He'll be absolutely happy to answer those questions for you instead of Mr. Klobuchar. And I'd like to have a motion to adjourn.
I'm all for that. That's one I'm.
Motion to adjourn.
And thank you for coming out. Had to get James.